All right, I got the address to meet Felix for coffee. You want me to put it in your GPS?
I don't have GPS.
You have GPS? What is that, a CD?
What, you don't like tapes and CDs?
Well, yeah, I mean, when I was like 13.
Well, how about you tape this dick to your forehead so you could see these nuts? What is up, boys and girls? We are back here with another segment for Project AP1 S2000.
Quinn is finally getting to the times with this.
Time
with this
to
thing.
focus on a little creature comfort mods for the old S2K here. So as you saw, the S2000 comes with a single DIN CD player from the factory. And I have been rocking that proudly since my ownership back in 2010 when I bought this car. The reason why I never upgraded the radio is because CarPlay became a thing, and I have CarPlay head units in most of the cars now. And they're all double DIN. And unfortunately in S2000, you only have a single DIN. Well, here's the answer. This is a Power Acoustics for a whopping 154 doll hairs.
From where? Where'd you get it?
Walmart.com, baby.
Yeah.
This is a 6.5-inch screen. It's Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatible. And this one, they have two versions of it, but I chose this one because it has a physical turning volume knob.
That's so nice. I can't do no knobs.
I'm a knob guy, as weird as that sounds. And we have our Mitra
Oh, I thought you were gonna throw that at me
adapter
earlier.
harness to make the install a breeze. So tonight we're gonna be pulling the factory head unit out and upgrading to this CarPlay head unit. And I will say, the big driving factor that brought me to this is that I don't drive the S2000 that much. I have a battery terminal quick disconnect, so to prevent having to put a tender on it all the time, I just pull the negative terminal. But every time I do so, I have to put the factory security code in, and I'm not smart enough to write it down and keep it easily accessible. But if you lose the code, you don't know the code, it's actually in the secret compartment of every S2000, which is the top portion of the center console. So if you go in there, there's a little sticker with the radio code. But
Now everyone's CD player is gonna get stolen.
Oh my gosh, I know, right? Sorry, S2000 owners, hold on to your factory CD players. So hopefully this should be a pretty straightforward install. As far as we can tell, you don't even need an install kit to put this head unit in there. We'll show you the key tips to getting the factory unit out, and I'm not gonna show you how to wire it because it's color coded, so it's pretty self-explanatory.
Just match the colors.
And for this install, I do have to throw this out there. I have an aftermarket steering wheel, and the S2000 does have a volume knob on the left side, which I never used. I always just grab the dial because I'm a knob guy. You could get, I think it's Modify, makes a harness if you want to retain those controls to work with this. I don't care about that. I didn't buy it, so we're not going to be talking about that tonight. But let's dive into this.
Yeah.
All right, so pretty simple to take the radio trim off. I just used the plastic pry tool, came in from the top. Seems that was the easiest method to pry it forward from the top and then work this out and then start pulling from the bottom of it because you don't really have anywhere good to yank on it from the bottom. And I didn't want to yank on the door here because I was afraid I was going to rip it off. So you can tell this thing has definitely never came out with the amount of dust that was on it. But now the head unit is just held in by some Phillips head screws. So we're going to undo those and then it'll just pull straight out. That's probably the easiest head unit to take out of any car that I've ever done before. No special tools, no fuss. All right, so I'm transferring these L brackets over to the new head unit so we can bolt it in and making note. Actually, before I even put this bracket over here, I'm gonna make note of the position, the distance here that we have to have on this and try to get as close as possible. But here's the thing that I'm always excited about is their weight savings. So we'll leave one bracket on, I'll just weigh that one with the other bracket. 2 pounds, 15 ounces for the OEM head unit. We don't need the cage because it blocks the screw holes here. So we're gonna run this measurement one more time. £1 pound, 14.1 ounces. So we did save a pound, 1.1 pounds. And that brings Project AP1 down to 2587 pounds. So I'm just snaking my USB wire from my phone, trying to find a gap to get it out onto the side here. Yeah, like the people don't like this interior, but I love it because it's just so driver focused, but it's clean. You like it? I think it's a cool looking dash design. So head unit's mounted, 4 screws in place. We got the spacing right. This looks like it's gonna be a damn near perfect fit. We'll see when I put the bezel on, but now I'm just gonna work the bezel back into place and hopefully not break anything.
I want to do that in my FD, actually.
Did you get a radio for the FD yet?
Not yet. That's what I was contemplating doing a single DIN with also like CAN check makes a CAN bus gauge that I can have in the dash to take up the second DIN.
The only caveat with this is some people say they blow up, and the wireless CarPlay is finicky on it. I should have mentioned that in the intro, but I'll mention it to you guys now. I like the wired because I feel like the sound quality for the audio is always a pinch better when it's plugged in versus if you're doing a wireless setup. I noticed that in my Supra. I ended up adding a wired USB in the Supra.
I like wired too because it'll keep your phone charged.
So I'm gonna tuck this in right down here in my little cargo net. The other cable that's in there is from my Haltech plug and play standalone on here. And then I usually just run my cables right along the side.
That's not like a cable to the 8-track player in the
No,
trunk?
it's not the tape and the tape.
Oh, not the
deck.
tape. I
All
love
right,
tape.
we're in here. We want to just go right into the seeing this bad boy power up here. We got lights. We got a screen lighting up. So I was apprehensive to change the speakers because S2000 has what's the material?
You said it was like
It's not paper.
plastic or something.
Whatever like Ricer speakers have, it has that material in it. These sound plenty fine. Like you have 2 door speakers and 2 tweeters. So like I was like, is it even worth upgrading these? Because it's only going to be so awesome. But this sounds much better than the factory radio. Amplifying your speakers definitely makes a world of difference. And I think a lot of head unit factory amps, like they blow up over time and they get shittier. Because I remember when I used to daily this, I was like, oh, the radio's like decent. But then when later on, more recently when I was driving, I was like, this sounds like butt. So at least I can listen to music, right? And that was the goal, like just to be able to throw some tunes on and be able to hear it. The fonts and the buttons here are a little bit small to access, right? But it's cool that you have a navigation screen here, like it gets the job done. I guess it's better than nothing. And I like this that you could just hide it when you don't want to look at it. Because most of the time when I'm driving like a Ricer in the S2000, I close this. And the other part is because this corner, I always, when I'm heel tone, I always wind up gouging my knee with it. So I love it. For 154 bucks. Oh, and I bought the warranty on it because it was like 24 bucks for a 3-year warranty.
That's
I've heard reports of these blowing up because it's a cheap brand. So take that for what it's worth. I think I was 175 shipped, which I was more than happy to pay that. I give this install a 9.5 out of 10. It was really easy. I don't know if you saw when I was taking this out.
I saw you popped a piece of plastic in. If it was only 2 screws behind that.
This is probably the easiest head unit that I've ever changed.
Yeah.
There's 4 screws that hold the head unit in, but you pull this off and now you have access to the screws and you're done.
That's awesome.
Yep.
It looks good.
I'm stoked.
I like that. And I like you can hide it too.
Yeah. Yep. So definitely, does it work with the dimmer? Oh,
Yeah,
dimmer
it
works
does.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Just
Look at that.
went to dark mode. Dude, that's sick.
All right, 9.75 out of 10.
I'm gonna
for
do
this
that in
install.
the FD.
If I knew that this was a thing, I would have considered doing this in my FD. But, oh well,
Sick.
now you know.